Hello, I'm Kathy Schmidt, the broker owner of Schmidt Realty Group, and I'm here today with my friend and colleague Sabrina Bright, who is an associate broker and busy realtor and our senior training manager. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi, Kathy.
And we just thought we would come online and just create a little video to answer one of the questions that we get asked almost more than anything else besides how much is that house going for. We get asked so much, what does it take to be a realtor? Who makes a good realtor? So Sabrina, what's one of the things that comes to mind for you?
Well, interesting because, I've been training realtors for about 15 years now, in addition to, having my real estate practice. And so I've seen different people come and go and different personality types come in and such. And if I had to generalize, I would say the people that I've seen do the best are, it's hard to quantify, but it's those people that sort of bring some energy to the room. That's the people that when they come in, everything goes wah, right? These are people that typically are high energy. But that being said, not every realtor has to be, one of these, ooh, in your face, crazy, super outgoing, gregarious, because, as many different types of buyers as there is out there, not everyone's looking for that, but definitely people with some physical energy, people with some emotional energy, that kind of thing. And I will say also that, the people that I've seen do the best in the business tend to be people who already have some community connections or are willing to make those community connections. This is a job that's hard to do, from your basement. You need to be out, meeting people and such, right?
Yeah, you have to have some relationships to begin with, people that know, like, and trust you. And it doesn't mean those people are all going to be selling next week by any means, but they might be the people who eventually refer to you for sure. And just, getting back to what you were saying about the energy, when we're working with clients, many people are moving for happy reasons, but sometimes they're moving for sad reasons. So bringing the energy doesn't mean you're coming in, bouncing into the room. It means you're just the person who comes in and lifts the energy and says, okay, you're going through, a challenging time as a family. You need to relocate. Let me take some of that burden off of you. Let me lift that situation up a little bit and take some of that off your shoulders.
Well, and Kathy, that brings me to something else too, just in discussing this, that I also find the people that get the most job satisfaction and tend to stay in this are not people that are necessarily saying, oh, I'm going to get into this business so I can afford a Bentley. If they are truly empathetic and caring people, they tend to do better in this business, and they certainly tend to have more job satisfaction, and that leads to staying in the profession longer, because this is a job, honestly, where, like you alluded to this, where not everyone's moving because they're, getting married and having a baby. Sometimes people are moving because they're widowed or they're having financial difficulty, or, they've got a sick child, or they have to move to Ontario to take care of aging parents. We see all of that. So if you're a person who's simply motivated by money and don't really like getting involved in the sort of flotsam and jetsam of people's lives, you're not going to enjoy this job for long. You might get some short-term satisfaction, and there is money to be made for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Our hobby, but the fact is that getting to know people and care really makes this job a lot better.
Yeah, I think people that get satisfaction, not just from a job well done, but really from feeling that they actually have made a difference. The relationships that I've had the privilege of building over the years, it's just amazing. And I'm so grateful for that. I think, one of the other things that comes to mind for me is communication skills. That's a big one as well.
Yes, because, I think that, we can't I should say, we can't underestimate how stressful the process of buying and selling is for people. So they want to know what's next. They want to know what's next. Okay, we went out and we saw the mortgage broker. We got our pre-approval. What next? Okay, we've gone and seen 10 houses and we like one. What's next? Okay, now we have to make a big scary offer. What's next? So a person who will communicate and keep people in the loop constantly throughout the whole process, plus keeping the other agent and the mortgage broker and the property inspector and all these other people that are involved in a typical transaction. If you're keeping them all in the loop and communicating well, you're going to do a lot better in this job. For sure. And that's the kind of thing that leads to referrals down the line, because all you need is one or two successful transactions at the beginning of your career. And those people then, if they hear someone at the office say, oh my gosh, we've got to move, we've outgrown our house, they say, oh, you should call Kathy Schmidt, or you should call, whomever, right? Because you've built up that trust and you've shown that you're good at what you do and that you communicate and that you're empathetic and such. That will get you lots of business down the line.
And tied into that is, some patience. And, realtors by and large aren't a very patient group. We're impatient to get business done. We're impatient to make things happen. And that's good because it gets things done for our client. But we need to be impatient with tasks and patient with people. Because, our clients are going to be forgetful because they're under a lot of stress, not just because they're selling their house, but because they might have a job move or a family life change, etc. So patient with the people and not get annoyed by being asked questions a few times, but just take that as your opportunity to say, that's okay. Everybody forgets these things. That's my job. That's why I'm here. I will be reminding you every step of the way, and to have that compassion. And, and I think also to be sort of someone who's a bit self-motivated. There's no one going to tell you to get up in the morning and show up, other than you might wake up to a lot of emails one day. But, you have to be that person who gets up in the morning and says, I want to get going. I'm going to work at my business today and serve my clients.
Yeah, that's a challenge, I think, for a lot of people who come from a regular 9-to-5 job or, a retail job or something like that. They can do very well, of course, in real estate. But, they get up on Monday morning after they got licensed and go, okay, I'm a realtor. Now what do I do? So building in routines and things like that will help. So.
Awesome. Well, hopefully these few questions and answers have given you just a little bit more of an idea of what maybe might suit you if you're a realtor, or if you are suited to it yourself. So if you have any more questions or you want some more information, you can always hop onto our YouTube channel. We're always adding content, and you can reach out to either Sabrina or myself at the email addresses below. We're always happy to chat with you, and contacting us does not mean you're signing up for real estate. It means you want to have a conversation about it, and we love doing that. We love helping people make good decisions about real estate in every aspect of it. So anyway, have a great rest of your day, and check back in online soon, and you'll see what our new content is coming up. Ciao for now. Bye, Sabrina.
Bye.